Hey everybody, Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Looking at something a little bit different tonight. Had to come pick up a car in the little town of Marquette, Kansas. And Marquette, Kansas, for no bigger it is, has an absolutely awesome motorcycle museum in it. I'd kind of heard of it before, but no idea of how cool the stuff is and how the depth is in this museum. They've got some great stuff. We're going to shoot a couple of quick videos today. We'll be bringing some of this stuff, a little off course of what we usually do, but hey, they've got engines, they've got wheels. There's still some pretty cool stuff, and I still like some of that stuff as well. I hope you enjoy these being a little bit different. Starting off in their main room here, they've got some really early stuff, some really cool stuff that you just don't ever see. Like right here behind me, two Indians and this 1928 Super X. This is a board track racer, and these two Indians, fully restored bikes, beautiful condition, and absolutely amazing when you look back at what they did with these things and you look at what is here and think that people rode and raced these things. We'll kind of work our way through this first room and check out some more of these really early bikes. This old Harley Davidson. This is an emblem, a 1912 emblem, fully restored. Never even heard of an emblem, but that's what it is. Great looking Harley up on a stand in the middle, fully restored. And they've also got some really cool, completely original bikes. A 1909 Thin, T-H-I-E-M, manufactured in Minnesota, in all original condition. Supposedly not any of those known left to exist, but they've got one here at the museum. So apparently there's at least one that still exists, because here it is. Another Super X back here, unrestored original condition. If we look over here, we've got a Jefferson motorcycle. Names you've never even heard of. Motorcycles were like cars back in the day. Back in this era of cars, there were 2,500 manufacturers of automobiles, and there were a lot of companies that made bicycles that were converting to motorcycles back in that day. So we don't think about that today when we think of all the big manufacturers that are left, but there were probably hundreds of motorcycle manufacturers just like there were cars. If we come over to this side, we've got this gorgeous Henderson, a 1917 Henderson. And we've got a Thor motorcycle from Aurora, Illinois, a 1908 Thor, as well as a 1909 Reading Standard. Now, we look at these bikes, we look at the designs, we look at how they were put together, and we look at this Reading Standard. It looks like it's got a huge belt drive on it with no guard whatsoever. Had pedals to help start it. So, by today's standards, obviously probably not the safest thing out there, but they did the job in the day and people enjoyed them and had fun with them. As we're checking this place out, this entire wall is trophies. This is from a local gentleman who started the museum. He was a big motorcycle racer, and all of his collection is in here as well. But just amazing in the little town of Marquette that they have a museum of this quality with this collection of stuff. I don't know how many is in here total, but there is a lot of them. And it is great. They're laid out. You can check them out. You can walk around. You can look at them. All kinds of other racing bikes lined up here. 1913 Sears in original condition. 1913 Pope sitting beside it. As we kind of work our way around, there's just so much memorabilia. I mean, almost every inch of this place is covered. The walls are covered. Memorabilia everywhere. Trophies everywhere. Articles everywhere. So much cool stuff. It's hard to believe we're in this little town of Marquette and they have a museum of this caliber with this caliber of motorcycles in it. So it's really impressive. Super glad we were able to check it out. We're going to wrap this video up. We're going to go on to the next room and shoot you another one. We'll put it out a little bit later. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little off course for what we typically do, but it's really neat. There is a little bit of memorabilia in here we're going to catch. So stay tuned on the other videos for that stuff. Thanks for watching tonight, and we will see you soon on the next video.